Hi everybody. I am so excited and so honored to be sitting in the chair in the office of my dear friend, my mentor, and my founder of my company, Virtus Norton. Today I really want to talk about leaving a legacy and living a life of legacy. And couldn't think of a better place or a time to do it than today when I'm back here in Salt Lake City with a fly-in for an excited, new, amazing group of people who have flown in from the Philippines. And it was very special to me because my daughter is actually with me as well, and this is actually her line. And many of you maybe have heard me talk about that Alyssa is what I call my legacy line in my business. I have a very large organization with people from around the world, but with her being my daughter, that's called my legacy line. And that's what I'm really all about, is leaving and living a life of legacy. And it'll be 10 years in December that I actually met this man, and the course of events that day have certainly changed my life for the rest of my life. And I want to tell you a little bit about that today, but really about legacy. What things are we doing right now in our life that is going to create our future and change the lives of future generations? This is hit home to me more and more, especially as I see my grandchildren quickly growing up. I now have 7 grandchildren. And also to be able to have my ASEA family, to see these people who have become children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren, and people that I will never know. And really that's what excites me every single day, is to get to make a difference for people who will never know my name. And that's what legacy is. You know, my mother was big into genealogy. Boy, she had taken us back to the beginning of time. And to hear all the stories of where our family and our lineage had come from, the struggles, the triumphs that our forefathers had had. And it's just so exciting to me that I get to know that someday my children, my grandchildren, are going to be able to tell stories about their Grammy who traveled the world so passionate about making a living while making a difference, you know, to be able to travel to faraway lands and faraway places. You know, we've often said, you know, I never wanted to look at just at a location, at a brick and mortar building and go, that's my office. As I often drive by small offices, I'm just thinking, I'm so grateful that that's not my reality, nor the vision that I ever had. The vision that I've had is to literally spin the globe and go, that's my office. Because all I need is my cell phone and my laptop computer to be up and running anywhere in the world. I was in Florida last weekend. I'm in Salt Lake City today. In the next week and a half, I'll be headed over to Honolulu and Maui, and then home for just over a week, and then headed over to the Philippines. We're going to spend some time in Japan. I think I might be headed over to Thailand. And it's just so exciting to be able to go to places that literally before network marketing, I would have had to go find on a map. And you know, I often tell people, before your life can appear in these destinations, you're gonna have to see it. You're gonna have to see it crystal clear. You know, you're gonna have to just imagine it so clearly, so precisely, that I promise you're gonna feel like you have dreamt it and manifested it into the reality. And I just can't think of a better person that I would like to have followed than this man, Virtus Norton. You know, I remember when he would say to me in those early times, you know, Deni, what ASEA will be in a few months, a few years, and many years down the road, you just can't even imagine. And it was those words that maybe in the beginning of when I started ASEA that sometimes it really kept me going, because people had never heard of redox signaling molecules. They hadn't heard of ASEA. This was a new technology that maybe sounded a little bit strange to some people. And I'm just so glad, because the more people I put the product on, literally the more miracles that I saw. And you know, the person with the testimony is never, ever at the mercy of a person with an argument. And so, you know what? I just was looking for people who were looking for me, who believed that their health and their financial dignity was up to them. And in doing that, I've just met more people than I ever could have imagined. And more exciting than that, Eva, is to think of how many people, how many lives, we have yet to change that are out there waiting for us. And so let's talk a few things about legacy. Again, when you decide to make a change in your life, your family legacy starts to change, and your income for your family can start to change, and their belief systems start to change. It's amazing to see how the ripple effect of what my and my husband's decisions have made about being entrepreneurs, being believed that our destiny is up to us, how it has now shaped the lives of our own children. And I'm just so grateful for that. As I mentioned before, what future legacy are you designing now in your life, in your current situation? Because again, it's how what our children see and how they watch us cope with different events that happen in our life is also it starts to shape their own beliefs in their life. And in doing that as adults, our legacy is to change the lives of so many communities, not your own family, but the ripple effect so far beyond yourself. So again, what your legacy is, it comes down to a bunch of singular decisions that you're gonna make every single day. Vertus Norton's vision didn't come to fruition overnight. He actually bought this technology in 2006. They actually were going to sell it, and he had an offer for a very, very large sum of money, and it became a network marketing company. And he did that because they turned down the sum of money because he wanted to better people's lives. And so he said yes to them, no to the money, and yes to the people. And as I would sit with him and as I would travel literally the world with him, I used to tell him, Vertus, it is my mission to make your vision come to fruition. And now that he's even retired, my wife, that's even stronger, because his voice has gotten quieter, but let me tell you, mine has gotten more bold, more strong, and but as excited and motivated as I am, I know that there's people that perhaps love and care about that I would never get to meet. And that's the beauty about network marketing, is you get to create your own business by changing the lives of people that you know and that you might come in contact with. It's truly the most pure form of business, because you get paid on the value that you bring to the marketplace. So as I tell people, if you want to make a little bit of money, go out and change a few lives. If you want to make more money, go out and change some more of those lives. But if you want to make, big money, or what I would actually call gangsta money, which is possible for even people like me who have a PhD, a public high school diploma, who grew up and had a graduating class of 28 people, you can make a decision to change the lives of people literally around the globe. And to know that I have this global business that I'm able to operate from this phone on my laptop computer, and to have a laptop lifestyle. I personally, I would shudder at this point in my life if I had to go to the same location every single day and check in and check out at the whim of an employer. And so I'm just so grateful that the idea of network marketing was able to come across my path. And if you don't know about it enough yet, boy, please send me a message or get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this, because it can change your life too. And you know what? This was never really about the money for me. I just want you guys to know that. I didn't have to do network marketing. A lot of people have negative connotations about network marketing. My husband, we actually own a large accounting firm, but I always wanted to do something more with my life. And I have doctors in my organizations who say, Deni, first of all, I've got 17, 18 years of college and you have a public high school diploma. You far out earn me, Deni. You have far more freedom, flexibility, and time and money freedom. Who would like some more time and money freedom in your life? If you would like more time and money freedom, pop a 1 in the comments. Who wouldn't? And as I often say, there's a lot of people who have a lot of time, but they have no money, right? Then there's a lot of people who have, they've got a lot of money, but they have no time. There still is that imbalance of what's happening in their life. It's truly when you can have that balance that you have created freedom in your life, time and money freedom. And really that's why my daughter is here today. This is her organization that was from the Philippines, that guess what? She was able to cultivate relationships on Facebook, right? Through social media, who someone got interested in her products, who shared it with somebody else, who shared it with somebody else, who then shared it with somebody else. And now she's got a huge flourishing organization, in the Philippines, and she's staying at home with a little 5-month-old baby. And, a couple months ago, she called me before she had the baby, and she just said, Mom, thank you so much. I'm just about to have this baby, and I can't imagine what my life would be like right now if I had an employer. I'd be saying, okay, how am I going to be able to juggle having a baby and have the daycare, and who's going to take care of the baby? And to know that she can stay at home and be able to earn a 6-figure income in the hours of when she's juggling a baby and taking care of the home is just, it's really what it's freedom about. And I just know that there's so many people out there who might often feel the same way. And you know what, again, there's an income level for whatever output level that you might ever like to be engaged in network marketing, honestly. We've got people who do this just to get their product paid for. We've got people who just want to make that extra $500 a month. Gosh, if you would like an extra $500 a month, pop a 2 down in the comment. People can do that. Then I have people who are like, I'd like to make that, $10,000 a month. Whatever it is, I tell people, if I can show you how to make $500 a month, I can show you how to make $500 a week, and literally then later on $500 a day and over $500 an hour, because it is possible. I am living, breathing proof of that, and I have so many friends who have done the exact same thing using proven principles and of what we can do. And now with this company just getting started, let me tell you, what the product really makes a difference. It's just so exciting. So again, you guys, what's the future legacy that you're creating in your life? What do you see for your family? If you have dreams, aspirations that are left unfulfilled, maybe you should take a look at doing something like this. Because what I love also about network marketing is you don't change your life until you change the lives of other people. And hey, today I've got my little Coco Chanel earrings on. I love the story of Coco Chanel. And one thing, as I've read a lot about her, is she talked about, and she came from nothing. Her father had dropped her and her sisters off at an orphanage when she was a little girl. And she said, you cannot liberate others until you decide to liberate yourself. So what decision are you making right now? No matter what's happening in your life, what decision are you going to make for the future? Because you know what I have learned? You can't change the past. You just can't. You've got to look at it like a river rolling past you and go, you can't change it. The only thing you can do is look upstream, right? You can look upstream and you can change your stars. The biggest success stories I've heard from people are usually when they've hit some rock bottom thing in their life. Something has happened that's made them say, I've had enough. I'm going to draw a line in the sand and I'm going to move forward because I'm not going back that way. I deserve more, my family deserves more, and I intend on having more. And so that's when things start to shift. Things start to change. And but again, it comes down to daily things that you're doing. Because if you've ever tried to get in shape or to lose weight, you can't only exercise on Saturdays and expect to get rock hard abs. It's just not going to happen. You can't get a college degree in 1 month of 1 month of school as well. It just doesn't happen. It comes down to focus and commitment and decision of what's going to change in your life. So I'm not sure what it is you want to change in your life. I hope you think about it. I hope you're, writing it down, journaling about what you want your life to look at. But what I can tell you for sure is it doesn't have to stay the same. And if things are really good the way they are right now, guess what? They can get better, because I truly believe when you are in service of other people, man, it just fills your world. It can rock your world, and it can make a difference. So that's what excites me every single day, is to make a difference for people who will never know my name. And so Vertus Norton, thank you, thank you, thank you. Many of you guys might hear me often. I say thank you to myself 7 times every single morning. And when you start to have abundance and gratitude in your life, it's amazing what will start to happen. And there's not a day that goes by that I am not uttering his name, saying thank you. Thank you for letting me be a conduit for good, to share your message around the world. And as long as I have air in my lungs, I will continue to do that, because I know that there are people that are hoping and praying for a difference in their life, but they just don't know yet that it's going to come in the form of a beautiful blue bottle of ASEA that can change their life, their family's life, their health, and their finances. Just how does it get any better than that? Making a living while making a difference, with really the joy of building a business with friends from around the world. So anyway, I hope you guys have had a great day. I hope you got some great pointers out of this, but I just would have been quite remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to sit here in this chair today and tell you some gratitude of how I feel for this amazing man. So everyone, have a great day. Thank you so, so much. Bye-bye.